Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Hey guys, just finished watching Arrow Season 6, Episode 1, Fallout. Now just to let you know, I do have a bit of a cold, so forgive me if this is a bit weird, or if I sound weird and all that stuff, or if I sniffle, but I'll try and edit those out. Getting into this episode was pretty interesting. It was pretty fun dealing with the Fallout with all this, and using it as flashbacks and all that stuff. Was kind of interesting, kind of very Arrow-like and stuff. Although I would have liked to have just gone straight up with what's on the island and stuff, and continued right off from there, and then done the jump forward to now, so that we realize we're guessing who survived. We don't know who survives and stuff like that. But it was really interesting to see who survived and how that, she's in a coma, but we get, spoiler alert, Thea's in a coma and stuff, but, or who knows if she's in a coma or what's not. They didn't really say. We just see her in a hospital and it seems like she's dead or something like that. So I don't know. At first they show us her body on the island and she's dead. Then we see her in modern time on the island and stuff, and in the hospital, and it's unclear if she's dead. But then the whole thing, I think about it, that if she does come out of this coma and she's fine, then it's just like, what was the whole point of that cliffhanger? There's no one actually died other than William's mother, which obviously we knew she was going to die to force William to come live with Oliver and all that stuff. But it was interesting, with the whole William aspect, and thinking about how Williams blames him for all this stuff. That's quite interesting to see that. I think I would have liked to have seen, and it was cool seeing his, I forget what her name, but his maid from the first episode, which, if I'm not mistaken, she was in like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and then she hasn't been seen since, and now she's back and stuff, which is pretty cool, harkening back to the original episode and stuff. But I just think it would have been cool to see, her parents, so his his parents-in-laws, I guess, like that. And we know she didn't marry her. What's her face? I can't think of her name, but I think it was Samantha, stuff like that. Her parents and stuff, which would be what's his face is Frank. I can't think of his name, but Oliver's son, his grandparents. It would have been cool to see him living with his grandparents. But Oliver's like, yeah, you're living with. I want you to be around your grandson. I want your grandson. I want him to grow up with his grandparents. But I want you guys to live here. And he's just like, I'll pay you guys to just live here. Everything is on me if you guys come here and live here. And I think that would have been way more interesting to see that whole relationship of Oliver with someone like with other parents that are not, that are not someone the same age as his parents, kind of, but that he could go off of, because I don't know if this person, I forget her name, but Oliver's old maid and stuff, was that anyone that has she raised kids before? Does she have kids of her own that she has experience with? I mean, yeah, she was around Oliver and stuff like that, but she wasn't taking care of him. Maybe a little bit as a kid, but not that much. It's not like every single day. I don't know. I just think it would be interesting to see an aspect of someone who's had, children, who's raised children, but both a father and mother and father of the children and stuff like that, to see that aspect, have Oliver learn how to be both sides of it, type of thing. So yeah, it was definitely quite fun to see that. And then we had some all kinds of cool stuff with Black Siren and how she's doing this stuff, which is cool, is with the Black Siren parts. I'm just confused as to where she's getting the money to pay all these goons, to buy all these guns, to buy all their ammunition, to buy the explosives, and to make out all this plan. I mean, is who is bankrolling her? Where did she get this money? How long has she been on Earth 2, Earth 1 type thing, this Earth and stuff? I mean, she came over with Zoom back in Flash season 2, and I feel like that's maybe been a year and a half, 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. I don't think, no, maybe 2 years or almost 2 years coming up this or something like that. So I forget how long she's actually been on Earth and all that, which doesn't give her enough. Like, it's not like she went out and she won the lottery and now she has enough to hire goons and all this stuff, which I don't know. It's when they named off all kinds of certain things. Oh, what is she looking after? Why'd she blow up the police department? Who she's going after and all that stuff? One of those things should have just been who's backing her and how is she doing, Now, I think it would be cool is if we connect with what's going on over on Flash, we get the thinker. It would be cool as if somehow he was bankrolling her and giving her money to play around and do this stuff. I think that would be really cool to see some sort of connection or team up there without actually seeing the team up, without actually seeing them ever together, just hearing that they're somewhat have a equal share to help each other with each other's problems and things like that. So like anything that she finds out from Team Arrow, that Black Siren finds out from Team Arrow about the Flash, she'll send over to Thinkerer and vice versa type thing. I mean, they must have information on either teams. That, you know, in Star Labs they must have information on the Arrow team, and in the Arrow Kid they must have information on the Star Labs team and Flash's team. So I think it would be cool to see things like that kind of connecting these two things without actually having to connect them, and actually having them cross over and stuff, with just having, like, you know, text sense between the two characters. Maybe the two characters could be on the phone. In one episode you see the Tinker on the phone talking to someone, and then on Arrow you see the other side of that conversation, which is revealed to be, oh my god, they're talking to each other type thing, without actually seeing them. They don't have to actually go over to each other's set or anything like that. They could just be on the phone talking to each other. I think that could be a cool, fun thing to do. I think they did that in the first episode of The Flash, when the Flash first premiered. Oliver was on The Flash, and Barry went over and was talking to him and stuff. And then on that one episode, we saw that he got the text to say, go to the roof type thing. I think that was pretty cool. If we go back to the first episode of The Flash, I think things like that would be cool to see that. Text between the two and things like that to really connect the two a little bit more. So it's really cool to see with this. I like Dinah Drake's new costume and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. And as the Black Canary is pretty interesting. I love the Wild Dog's new costume. That looks pretty cool. Even though his original one was very comic book accurate, I'm glad that they had that. I think this one's just a little bit better, and like how it's a little bit more bulletproof than a hockey shirt. Although a hockey shirt could easily go over a bulletproof vest. I just really like this version of it. It looks a little bit more modern, but still keeps the same colors of it. Maybe a little bit more color rather than all this black, because even the Dinah Drake costume looks a little, Bryan Singer X-Men type thing, early X-Men and stuff, which kind of not enough color and stuff. Although Black Canary doesn't really have that much color in her things, but I don't know. I just think it'd be cool to see maybe a little more color, something like that, or maybe a bluer version of this to be more like the more like a brighter blue version of this costume, even though I think this Black Canary did actually start off really black and all that stuff. So it really was pretty cool seeing all this, how things went, how everyone in this episode is having problems, is dealing with things. Everyone's dealing with something in this. It's not just Oliver's dealing with something. It's not just Oliver and this one other person. Every single person in this is dealing with something from the fallout of the last season, which is perfect for the title, Fallout and stuff. So it is really exciting to see where things go with this. I like how things are turning around and stuff. Things are going to be cool to see where things go. And watching Oliver with his son and all this different stuff. And then when Oliver asks Felicity to go over and to meet his son or something like that, which unclear. I think they have met, but never they hang out without having to hang out is a whole different story. So hanging out just for fun. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I thought for a second there that maybe Felicity doesn't want to ever meet, ever just hang out with William and things like that. And then, because I thought she was just going to be like worried that she's always avoiding it, and stuff like that. But then after she was done, she was like, oh, she's not. She was all happy. She was smiling as if but it wasn't like she dodged a bullet or anything. But then there was no, what was she doing? Why she couldn't go over that time to go hang out with William and all that stuff. I don't know. There was no reason there. But it was pretty interesting, pretty fun, nice opening action scene and stuff. Definitely can't wait to see how things go with this and how things continue on from here and how things are going to affect Oliver from here on out and stuff. So that'll be quite interesting to see that. So let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below. What was your favorite part? What part did you not like? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes subscribing is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.